Well, anytime you win by that kind of margin at home, you feel pretty good about things. But a little bit of the same old for us. I really challenged our guys before the game defensively to hit our numbers, which we did tonight. We held them to under 40% on field goal percentage, the defense, and we out-rebounded them significantly. Eight's our number we shoot for, so did a good job there. We have to do a better job, I think, on the perimeter. We're still looking for that perimeter defensive stopper. And I keep challenging our guys with that to try to get it in their mentality that's what we need. I thought Johnson for UNC did a good job tonight. He hit his numbers, and we wanted to really take a challenge with him and Wilson because those are two good players on the perimeter. And I thought our advantage on them was inside, and I think Josh and Wesley and Torrey kind of proved that. But perimeter defense is something we have to get better at, and then taking care of the basketball. We had 6 turnovers at halftime, good number. Had 12 in the second half, terrible number, and we've got to get better in that area as well. So those two things have got to get better, and they got to get better this week because we got some pretty good teams to play on the horizon.
Coach, when you have an opponent like this that you should handle on your
Yeah.
home floor, how important is it to have the start you did? Get up on them early and
Yeah.
obviously put them in a hole.
Yeah, and I think it's critical that you come out. You don't give them any hope. You don't give them any. You got to punch them in the mouth, so to speak. And I thought we did that. And again, you do that. The only way you extend leads is you got to score, but you also got to get stops. And obviously in this building, when we get stops, we can hopefully get out in transition. And we made a couple threes early. We got the ball inside to Josh early. Finally got Wesley going in the second half offensively, which is one of the things we try to do. But I think it's really important in these kind of games you get off to a good start. And we did that.
You thought the defense got a little sloppy in the second half?
I'm sorry?
Did you think your defense got a little
Yeah,
sloppy?
absolutely did. Yeah, and one of the things we challenged our team at halftime is, hey, it's 0-0. Let's win the second half. We crushed them by 3. So we didn't have that same kind of eye of the tiger. This team doesn't have that killer instinct that we need to have quite yet. And again, that's at this stage of the season, we gotta stay hungry and can't be satisfied with where we are.
You talked in the preseason about taking the bull by the horns. When things got sloppy there in the second half and you called a timeout and kind of laid into the guys, is that an example of that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, look, it's we talk about playing the possession, not playing the scoreboard. It's human nature. These guys are young men, and it's human nature to play the scoreboard and to soften up a little bit when you get ahead. But we can't allow that to happen. And it's about how we are playing at the moment that's going to dictate my mood and my aggressiveness or lack thereof. And, when our guys are doing what they're supposed to do on the court, I'm a pretty mellow, easygoing guy. When we're not, it's my job to make sure it happens. And, again, I didn't do that enough last year. So I made a vow to myself this year it's going to be different.
Was it at all special coaching against your former school?
Look, Northern Colorado will always hold a very special place in my heart. Number one, they gave me my first head coaching opportunity, number one. Number two, my father taught there for 14 years as an English professor. I spent a lot of time on that campus as a young boy growing up, shooting in Gunner Hall and Butler Hancock. So Northern Colorado will always hold a special place in my heart, whether we're playing them or not playing them. I always see their scores, check their scores, and I'm always pulling for them. So, they're struggling a little bit right now, but they've got some good players in the perimeter, and if they continue to develop their post guys and get better, they can have a nice team in the Big Sky.
Hey, Coach, what does Wesley need to do to really get the offense going? Did it start in that second half there for him?
Well, I think, number one, we when I say we, coaches, the guards, really need to be conscious of him and know how important he is to it. We're obviously very conscious of Josh, and we know how good Josh is down there low. But Wesley's equally as good, I think, on the low post. And so I think we got to get him more touches early. We made a conscious effort to do it early in the second half. So that's something I want to put on our guards. Guys like Thomas, guys like Dom, guys like XT, they're kind of running that offense. If Wesley hadn't got a touch or hadn't got a shot in the first half, hey, we got to make sure he gets some. And so part of it's on the guards and the coaches maybe calling plays for him. The other part's on Wesley, being aggressive. Because the one thing about big guys, they can always be a factor on the boards. He did a great job with 15 rebounds three on the offensive end. So I think that's another way big guys can get themselves going. It's a little harder for a point guard to get himself going on the offensive glass, but the big guys can. So when he's a part of our offense, we're really, really good.
Torrey Miller seemed to have his best game of the young season after the last couple of days. Do you feel like he really wanted to come out and show something and maybe give people something else to talk about with his game?
Absolutely, and I was really happy for him, because Torrey's been hurting the last 3 days. I mean, genuinely hurting, Like there's been a lot of remorse in terms of what happened against Air Force, and Torrey's handled it like a man, owned up to, what happened, hadn't shrunk away from it, and so to have him come out and have a good outing, I think was much needed for him, and I'm really, really happy because he's a terrific young man, and the other night was totally out of character.
Anything else for Coach?
Thank you.
Thank you.